Call the meeting to order. If we all stand and face the flag, we'll do pledge of allegiance. I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Simon, you take the roll call.
Commissioner Shaw,
Here.
Commissioner Dippel,
Here.
Commissioner Wire,
Here.
Mayor Denner.
Here. We have the agenda in front of us. Do I have a motion to adopt the agenda?
So moved. Second.
Any further comments or discussion? Not hearing any. All in favor, signify by aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carried. Nothing under appearances or acknowledgement. We'll go into the consent calendar. Do I have a motion to approve the consent calendar?
So moved. Second.
All in favor, signify by aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carried. Unfinished business. Discuss on details for community vaccine incentive program. You bet.
Jameson had shared with me some things. There was a question whether this was countywide or citywide. It is it. I think the intent was for it to be a countywide because we had people coming into the community to work with us, so that they would have to prove residency in the county. Is I think the intent was. Background, there's going to be $1,000 of MAD money drawn each weekday for 5 weeks, which is the $25,000. We'll then at that end of the 5 weeks, that next week, look at the vaccination rates to see if there's been any increase. Obviously, if we have increase, we'll continue. If there hasn't, then we'll be done. And the only requirements are to be vaccinated and living within Lake County, and then both verified when drawn. He said that he's been working with DSU. The drawings, they're looking to start on Monday, September 27th, is what he said. You're looking at you.
No, I'm just
Okay,
listening.
you're listening. Okay. He wants to have the registration open on the 20th of September, maybe earlier if they get the website up and running. They're going to use, you can register online or in person at the city finance office, and then I'll give the website to the paper when we're done so that they can put that in paper as well. The MAD money, just wanted everybody to know that the city will purchase the MAD money from the chamber, and then once those people are drawn, we'll actually distribute it here at City Hall. Marketing wise, DSU is going to assist with the marketing efforts. He did say, Jameson says that there will be some cost that will result from ads and radios, newspapers, etc. And then we'll also utilize social media. So hopefully that'll clear up any confusion that's out there.
So from the city finance office, what do we need to collect? What do we need to have available? How are we handling this? If we have 1,000 people walk in the door,
Yeah.
hopefully that's not the case.
No,
but
hopefully I think the plan is to try and push people to register online. Most people have smartphones nowadays. They can probably do it right from their phone. I would imagine we'll have to develop some sort of a card that they'll just put in.
okay, we're not having to store anything, track anything other than just them walk in.
Correct.
And are we going through them every week to make sure they're not, somebody didn't put their name in 5 times?
I would imagine that, that's a good question. That's maybe something we should tackle with Jameson, maybe tomorrow. Just to make sure that that registration is just a one-time deal. And I would imagine it probably is. I'm sure that's been thought out.
Online, I'm sure that's easier,
Yeah.
a lot easier to track. If somebody comes in and they dump in a card every day and.
Yeah,
no one will do
it
that.
is registration one time only.
Right?
So, yeah, and that logistically we'll have to work through. So,
So we're not having to collect any driver's licenses or verify any addresses or verify. any
not when they
cards.
register, only if they win.
Okay,
So if they're drawn.
and if they aren't actually registered, are we redrawing a different day, redrawing the same day?
I would redraw that same day. I would. The chamber can track all that for us from the card side of where the money is being spent in the community.
So we have a drawing Monday through Friday.
Monday through Friday.
Any special time or?
When's the time?
Okay. Okay.
Work that out.
Okay.
So more just information.
Adam, how are we gonna measure the level of success then? Is like Madison Regional Health?
I think it's published on the Department of Health.
It is on-
Okay,
So
I
we,
think-
we'll get a starting vaccination rate, and then in 5 weeks, we'll look at the Lake County vaccination rate and see if it's actually increased or if it's.
So-
I think
Yeah.
we were at 40, they said 46, it's 45.5%. I looked
okay.
on there, so.
Do you know how regularly that's updated, just so we don't,
They update it every day.
they do,
Oh,
okay,
yeah, we get, there's a kick out every day. On the
Okay.
Department of Health on that.
well, that's perfect.
So we should have pretty solid data to see if there's growth.
And they don't have to have read or gotten vaccinated within the last 6 months or,
It does,
Because
yeah, as long as they're vaccinated now, they can start entering right now. But
But
the
the-
reason we set it 5 weeks is because if you're taking a 2-shot dose of the vaccine, you gotta do it with day 1 and day 28. So that gives us that 50, in the hopes that it will carry on.
So like I'm already vaccinated, so I can fill out a card and put it in and be done.
sure.
And then that card just stays in there till we're done.
So we're done.
Okay,
And even if they were to plug five of them in there, once you win once, you're out.
Sure,
right.
So,
sure. If they get their first vaccination, do they have to have their second vaccination before?
they have to be vaccinated according to this, fully vaccinated. Yeah. Or if you do the Johnson & Johnson, it's a 1 dose.
So basically, they have 2 weeks to actually be qualified.
Yeah.
If they put in on their first dose,
Mhm.
they gotta wait. And and their name gets drawn that first week, they
They don't qualify.
just go back into the,
Have to sit fully vaccinated.
good,
And is our doctor's offices equipped to handle if we get an influx of people wanting to?
I think I would assume so. I mean.
I'll just say the number of 45.
45%.
3,000 people have been.
Could be.
well. Please tell me, 9,000.
Oh, yeah, that's just.
I think on the website it said 9,000.
Have been.
Well, no,
Population.
possible population.
Total.
So,
Eligible, yeah. 'cause
Eligible.
Not every county resident is eligible because you have your 12 members that can't get. it.
right,
Sure.
so,
Good questions.
Just looking at it from the administration
Right.
side.
anything else?
That's all I have.
Okay. We don't need to take
No, weird.
any actions on that. Okay. We'll move down into new business. Item number 1. Authorize the mayor to sign change order number 1, Madison Water System Improvement Phase 2B schedule, bid schedule 2, Water Tower Loop Line, Helmy Inc. Ryan, you wanna bring us up to speed on this one?
Sure. So during construction of the water tower loop line, they were excavating through the Custom Touch Homes property south of their main building. This is an area Custom Touch uses to stage their homes before they move them out. And as they did that work, they discovered that there was a much thicker gravel section there than anticipated. And there was also geotextile fabric. So that, of course, so they were able to salvage some of the gravel, but of course the geotextile fabric was not salvageable. So we met with Custom Touch Homes in Banner, and we had determined the best thing to do would be to put the geotextile fabric back. So that's the lion's share of the change order. The amount of that, $10,170 of that change order is that portion of work. The remainder of the change order was the plans called for 18-inch reinforced concrete pipe through an approach, and the quantities reflected that. But the pipe that was actually going through that approach is 18-inch corrugated metal pipe. because of marrying the proposed RCP to the CMP is not the best plan. You kind of have to pour a collar around it. We decided we should swap out the RCP for the CMP and do it right. And this actually results in a net savings of, well, $135. So rounds out that change order.
They weren't aware of how thick the ground was underneath there.
Correct, yeah. So in talking to Custom Touch, they said that the area there, the subgrade below that is poor. And so I think it was Reineke Construction that had done that. And I mean, it's a good section now. It serves them well, but I think without the fabric and the additional gravel, it probably become kind of a mess for them.
I have a motion to authorize the mayor to sign change order number 1, Madison Water System Improvement Phase 2B, bid schedule 2, Water Tower Loop Line Homies Inc.
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Any further comments?
I guess I have a question, maybe Adam or Sonia can help me. Do we have an incidental type reserve for this type of thing, or?
We have a contingency fund for various things.
Okay,
And then within, because this is related to the water project, there's cash reserves in those accounts for.
sure.
How did this loop line fall into it? Were they under budget? Yeah,
I think, yeah, not certain.
Overall, we were a little under on the entire project.
Right.
But not a lot.
Tower-
And that's why we had to
was that
add in
tower
the-
included?
Was that?
Was that tower included? and everything?
Tower line and everything was included. Then we actually had to add some stuff to get to where we would get all of our grant. So I think we're in reasonably good shape.
Any further comments, questions? Not hearing any, all in favor, signify by aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carried. Thank you, Ryan. Item number 2. Adopt resolution number 2021-24, amend establish employee compensation for 2021.
Kristen, are you?
Hi, yes, I am. So this resolution is basically, we're restructuring within the electric department, and we are looking to have a electric superintendent for this position on section B. And before or prior, that was a electric supervisor position. But based on the duties within the job responsibilities, we are looking to restructure this to be a superintendent position.
Kristen, what grade was the supervisor before?
The supervisor before was $43 and some cents. So what we did was we took the grade 23, and that range falls within there. And how that's worded is that the grade 23 would be based on experience. So you can range all the way for this position, starting off at a $37.55, and it goes all the way up into the range of $53.69. So for a salaried person, that would be starting at roughly $78,000. This position would go all the way up to $111,600, and again would be based on experience that they would bring to the city of Madison. What we did was, when we were looking to restructure this position, we did keep in mind where other positions are currently on the step and grade scale. Other superintendent positions, possibly other management positions, and took that range and then would base it on experience.
So is there a big difference between the job description of superintendent compares to supervisor? Or is it just the pay?
I'm sorry, Kelly, what was that?
Is there a big difference in the job description between a superintendent or a supervisor, or is it mainly just the grade or the pay scale?
So some of the things that we would be looking for from this person is to do more of the management, supervision, hiring, discipline. That's something that it's been done, but not to the level that we would look for this new position to fulfill. We would look for this new position to really take on some of those management supervision roles within that department and provide that leadership and for the group as we look to grow that area.
Thank you for the clarification.
Yeah,
Do I have a motion to adopt resolution number 2021-24, amend establish employee compensation for 2021?
I'll make that motion.
Is there any further comments or discussion? Not hearing any? All in favor, signify by aye.
Aye.
Number 3, sign is yours. Discuss ongoing website issues and proposal from Civic Plus with integration to Municode.
If you recall, Municode is the company that's redoing our codified law. Civic Plus just purchased them in the last month and a half. So it's kind of in addition to all of our website issues, they're a good fit for this company to also handle our website. We looked at a number of other companies. I had some of Brad's staff up here. We had our utility billing staff, the library over here, the PD department, all looking at areas, comparing different websites, and Civic Plus was the one that universally came back as the most user friendly to maintain and manage. Our current one is not user friendly and it's down half the time. Right now, if we upload a file, we get 3 copies of it. We've had data disappear. Our sex offender registry has disappeared twice in the last 6 months that Kylie's had to re-enter and put it back up. Tracy's been on the phone or emailed them at least 6 times in the last 3 days. We've got no response. We're just getting nothing out of our current vendor. So we are proposing to move forward with Civic Plus. They can assign us a project manager within the next couple days to get us moving forward on it. They would take our current website, go through and essentially clean it up. They would simplify. They have a copyright expert who will make it easier to search and find stuff, make it more user friendly for our customers to use. But it's a lot less of us having to do it with the other projects that we've got going on. So, and they are giving us a 12 to 16 week time frame to get that converted over. I would like it to have been yesterday. I'd like to not have to deal with it till next year, till we've got some of the other stuff going on, but I don't think it can wait. We spent 6 weeks with our ordinances not even available to the public. The price that it includes the $7,000 for the annual hosting fee in there. They will do a revamp every 4 years, which is included in that price. So if we want to upgrade and do other stuff or make changes, they do that. That's included in that price as well. So we're not paying another fee 4 or 5 or 10 years down the road to do a new website. It's included in that. But it does that $29,000 price includes that first year of hosting. in there, and then them essentially doing the majority of the work for us to convert it all over. We would pay, break that out, we would pay 30% of it upfront when we sign the contract, so a little over $9,500 now, and then the rest of it we would budget into next year, and we have those funds enough available in our technology budget already.
Is there a buyout?
What are we committed to?
So we are, our contract goes, we're way past the life of our contract anyway. It's basically on an annual renewal. So
What is that, do you know?
the credit card piece of it, I believe, was July. I'd have to look into see what I had looked at redoing it once already. I'm not sure that there's any buyout in it at all. But I certainly think it wouldn't be an issue because they're not providing any
So we can
support.
wash our hands.
Yeah,
Did we pay a yearly subscription to them?
we pay on a monthly basis to them
Oh.
currently.
So we can just,
Yeah, I'm sure that they would not fight us based on the level of service that they provided. Or not win if they did, but it's been an absolute nightmare to get any response out of them at all. And I have the guy's cell phone who,
Yeah, I know I've had some
Runs
people
it.
say that there's been meetings that aren't posted online and they can't find meetings.
Yeah.
minutes and things like that. So
we've had staff
That is a-
repeatedly putting things up that disappear. It's-
as a public entity, we need to be very transparent on it. So I'm 100% supportive of getting switched.
And our website's very critical. That's what, I mean, you Google Madison, South Dakota, and it's number 1 or 2 of the city.
And it's
website.
not easy to find things on it now. I mean, half the time I know where I'm going and I still can't find stuff. I can't imagine what it's like for the public.
who's our old one?
It's currently out of Sioux Falls. The company that we currently use, DSU used them years ago, and I don't know if that's how we originally got hooked up with them. They no longer use them and have it for quite some time. But yeah, they're located, and they're not, when I asked them if they're a large firm or a small firm, I got a, why do you want to know? I'm like, well, because our service kind of stinks. Like, I was pretty upfront. And they're like, well, let me give you the supervisors, and I don't get any response from him either, so.
I know you said we're currently paying month to month, but is it pretty similar as far as like annual maintenance fees when you talk about like the $7,000, or is it?
Yeah, that's pretty similar with most companies. There's not a huge variation in that. There were a couple other companies that I looked at that were a little less as far as the redevelopment on the front side, but it had us doing all of the work. I don't have the staff to do that. We could hire somebody in, but we're not really large enough to maintain keeping a full-time IT person or website developer on staff.
Yeah, I understand the importance of this, just like the other commissioners, so I'm completely on board with that too.
Will they do a complete redesign of our website? Is
They
that the
do, they
plan?
will. Their copywriters will rewrite our content to make it more user-friendly. We've got some design ideas. Like I said, we brought in various departments to take a look at what they wanted and what they needed. And I would envision doing the same thing when we're looking at the navigation and going through that with them, is bringing feedback in from, not just the finance department saying this is how it's going to be, but the utility people use it just like we do, and they're updating constantly. So they all need a voice in how it's laid out, so it's easy to use.
You said our old one had a credit card. Is
So
that to pay
There's,
on?
yeah, we currently use one that they recommend. We will go away from that as well.
And these will have. a
We
credit
will,
card.
we will likely go with the credit card provider that Tyler recommends, so it's all fully integrated.
That'd be wonderful.
Did we have just discussion? Did someone want to make a motion to go with that?
I'll do it. I'll make a motion that we go ahead and make the transfer over to Community Code,
Pacific Plus.
Civic Plus, sorry.
They're the
Civic
parent
Plus,
company.
yeah. website for the city.
I'll second that motion. Because I've also unsuccessfully navigated our website.
Any further comments or discussion? Not hearing any, all in favor, signify by aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carried.
Nothing in public comment?
Nothing in public comment. Announcements. Just, I guess I have one just to bring people up on our R&D phase 1A. They're moving right along with curb and gutter. Hopefully it didn't get too wet out there today. They'll be back Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday. Should get the rest of the curb and gutter in. Hopefully by the end of this week. Plans are, Ryan, you can help me out, end of September for surfacing, roughly. Okay. 1B, they're still putting in some infrastructure.
Yeah, so they're,
Not to put you on,
no, that's fine. No, they're working on Northwest Fifth Street, so they're putting the infrastructure in there.
so Liberty's all that, for the most part.
They're doing services on Liberty, but for the most part, yeah.
All I have. Okay. Do I have a motion to adjourn.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
All in favor, signify by aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carried. Have a nice evening. Fred.